Okay, so we have rolled off for deployment, we've got frontline assault, and we rolled off the mission, which is on the milestone table, and we got deadlock. So we've got the objective markers out. It's 2,500 points each. Okay, so we have 2,500 points, or just under, of Necrons. Okay, so we have an outrider detachment. We have an Overlord, 4 Scarab bases, 6 Tomb Blades with Shield Veins and Shadow Loom, and then we have 5 normal destroyers, 1 heavy destroyer, and then we have a battalion detachment. So we have Illuminus' Eyes, an Overlord, and we have 2 units of 5 Immortals, all with Tesla carbines. We have C10 Shadow Nightbringer, 17 Warriors, Stalker, Doomsday Ark, and a Monolith, and that will give us 7 command points. So we're going to go into the Space Wolves list.
Here we have 2,500 points in Space Wolf. We've got Nigel Stormcaller, he's the Warlord. We've got Arjack. We've got 1 squad of Bloodclaws with a Wolfguard pack leader, 2 squads of Grey Hunters, 1 with a Melter, 1 with a Plasma. We have the Wolfen, all with Thunderhammer Storm Shield by the Sergeant, and we have Wolfguard Terminators, Thunderwolves, Stormfang Gunship, and a Razorback, but with twin heavy bolters. And we have a Spearhead detachment with Land Raider, twin las cannons, heavy bolters, Whirlwind, and a Long Fangs with 2 rocket launchers and 2 las cannons, and Bjorn as the HQ with Hellfrost cannon, and also gives +1 command points.
Okay, so we are deployed. Necrons deployed along here, and then the Space Wolves, Whirlwind back here, Long Fangs up the top, the Land Raider, Bjorn, the Razorback, some more troops, and the Thunderwolf, and then the Stormfang over here in the corner. We're going to roll off to you guys first. Space Wolves will get +1 to a roll. Okay, Space Wolves get a 5, because they get the +1. Necrons also get a 5. Roll off again. They get a 7, and we get a 3. So see if Necrons can seize. Nope, on a 1 we don't seize. So it's going to be Space Wolves turn 1. Okay, Space Wolves turn 1. The cards they got was Pro Orders Received, so they picked they pulled Mission Critical Objective, which they couldn't do. No prisoners, secure objective 6, advance, secure objective 3, and master the warp. So they moved up. They haven't got objective 3 yet. They have moved up the Razorback. I think it's in 3 inches of that objective. They've moved the Stormfang up. The Thunderwolf and these Grey Hunters have moved up around here. Nigel and Bjorn have all moved up, the Land Raiders moved up a bit, Long Fangs will stay where they are. The Grey Hunters here have moved up, and the Whirlwind stay where it is. So we're going to go into Psych and Shooting for Space Wolves. Okay, so end of Space Wolves turn 1. Done a lot of shooting. They shot some stuff into the Triarch Stalker, ended up taking it down to 5 wounds. I had to use a command point to re-roll the Quantum Shield in to actually save it, otherwise it would have been dead. Took 1 Immortal out over here with a Melter Gun. Took a whole squad of Immortals out here with various fire. Took 1 Tomb Blade out from the Stormstrike missiles from the Stormfang. And also took the Doomsday Ark down, 2 wounds with the Hellfrost Destructor. No one's in range to charge, so So there's not going to be any charge and assault. There's no morale that needs taking. So the Space Wolves got first blood. So you got 1 victory point for that. They get a victory point for Master of the Warp because Nigel
did Stormcall on himself.
Got a point for secure objective 6 and a point for no prisoners because they killed this squad of immortals. So that leaves them with advance and secure objective 3, which they should be able to get secure objective 3 next turn. And then they'll have to they'll get rid of this, burn this one for next turn. So we're going to move into Necrons turn 1. Okay, Necrons turn 1 movement. Doomsday, say where it was. The Citan and the Warriors moved up. The Scarabs moved up. Warlords moved up, and Nemesis Eyes has moved down to here. Tomb Blades just shutting up a little bit. Destroyers have come around the corner to take some shots. Stalkers, say where it was. The Immortals moved a touch and then brought in the Monolith over on this side of the board. So cards, I got Behind Enemy Lines. I got Defend Objective 2. I got Defend Objective 4. Secure Objective 4. Secure Objective 5. And Assassinate, which I don't think is going to be possible this turn at all. So we are going into the Psych phase, which there won't be one because I'm Necrons, so we'll be going to shoot. End of Necron turn 1 shooting. It was a very, very good phase for the Necrons. The Doomsday Arc, so we're playing this on index rules because obviously Space Wolves are in index army. So we're playing the index rules as well for the Necrons. So I rolled the D3, I got 3 shots, and all of them hit, all of them wounded, and I rolled D6. I rolled 16 wounds on the Land Raider. It only had 12 left. So that got destroyed, it didn't blow up. We shot loads of little stuff and antimatter meteor and bits into the Stormfang, took it down to 8 wounds. And then the destroyers come around here. Some of them shot up into the Longfangs. Also the Monolith shot up in the Longfangs. We managed to take them down to 1. And then the Stalker had also shot into the Land Raider. These Immortals shot into this Grey Hunter squad and took 3 out. We particle whipped at the Whirlwind, took it down 2 wounds. Was it?
No, 5.
5 wounds, sorry. Took it down 5 wounds. And yeah, that was it. So we're going to go into charge, attack, and right. Okay, so we tried to charge with the Citan. Needed a 7 to get to the base, but only got a 4, and then he rolled one of the dice and got a 5. So didn't make it in. He overwatched with everything, and fortunately he didn't wound of anything. And then over here, the Grey Hunters passed their morale, but the Longfang didn't, and he rolled no Ocean of Fear, still didn't pass. So we are. Oh, and in terms of victory points, I got secure objective 5, and I'm on my way to getting defend objective 2. I will get that at the end of Space Wolves, and I haven't got behind enemy lines yet, so I'm actually only on 1 victory point to Dan's 4. So we will go into
2.
What?
No, that's right.
Yeah, no, 1 more. So we're going to go into Space Wolves turn 2. Okay, Space Wolves turn 2 movement. So they dropped the Wolfen in over here because they were on the hunt. Moved the Thunder Wolf up. Moved the Grey Hunters up to near that objective. They've dropped the Terminators and the Arjack in here, just in front of my Citan and the Warriors. They moved the Stormfang over. They've moved the Razorback up. The Bloodclaws got out first and jumped in that building. Nigel's moved up, and then Bjorn and the Grey Hunters moved over to there, and the Whirlwind tucked himself around the corner a little bit more. Let's go into Space Wolves Psych and shooting phase. Okay, so end of shooting phase for Space Wolves. Took out a few warriors. I think took out 3 or 4 warriors over here. Took the 2 blades down, 1 wound with some fire from the Terminators. Also lost a couple of warriors to Psych from Nigel Stormcaller, and he perilled and went and got 3 wounds. He also done 3 wounds with Smite and destroyed one of my destroyers. Destroyed a destroyer. And his Stormfang and lots of other stuff shot into the Stalker and destroyed that, but it didn't explode. And then he took 4 wounds down on the Monolith. Cards, as far as cards, he got Secure Objective 5, as we didn't go over in the movement phase, Hold the Line, Defend Objective 6, and he still had Advance and Secure Objective 3. So we're going into Space Wolves Charge and Assault phases. So this is where they'll start to come into their element. Okay, Space Wolves Charge and Assault phase. They failed their charge with the Wolfen, even with the reroll failed charges. They failed with the Terminators into the C-Tan. The C-Tan overwatched and actually took the Terminator and the Storm Shield out. He then done the same with Arjac, failed the charge, but overwatched and C-Tan took Arjac down 1 wound. He then fought with the Thunderwolves, took out 2 bases and another one down to 1. We're now out of combat, and I'm not choosing to pile in an attack. And there was no morale to be taken. We go around to the cards. So Dan got Secure Objective 5 and Secure Objective 3, so he's gone up another 2 victory points. He also has Defend Objective 6, which he will get at the end of my turn if he continues to stay, which he will do, within 3 inches unless I destroy everything. Then he still has Advance and Hold the Line, both of which he didn't get. So we are going into Necron's turn 2. Okay, Necron's turn 2 movement. We've moved the C-Tan up towards the Thunderwolf. We've shunted all this stuff up to get some stuff, make sure it's in rapid fire. We reanimated 2 warriors, that was all we done. We moved the Monolith back a little bit, try and keep it out of range of Bjorn. And then we have Veil of Darkness over here with the Destroyers and the Overlord. So cards are picked up. We've got Defend Objective 5, Secure Objective 2, which luckily I was on. So I'm going to try and get, I should have behind enemy lines with the Destroyers and Secure Objective 4 and Defend Objective 4. So we're going into Necrons. Okay, end of Necrons turn 2 shooting. So the Doomsday Ark and the Monolith both shot into the Stormfang, took it out. The Monolith also shot into the Razorback, took it down 3 wounds. These Immortals shot into the 2 Grey Hunters and took them out. Most things here shot into the Terminators, took them all out apart from 1, which is down to 1 wound. The C-Tan and the Flare Ray from the Doomsday Ark shot into the Thunderwolf, took them down 1. Thunderwolf. Okay, so charge and fight phase, the C-Tan and the Scarabs charged into the Thunderwolves. The Thunderwolves saved the C-Tan's attacks. We did get 1 wound in through with the Scarabs, and then they did 4 wounds on the C-Tan. The Overlord charged into the Grey Hunters, took 3 out, and then they done 2 damage back. And cards wise, we still didn't secure Objective 4 because he's got 2 troops on there. But we did get Secure Objective 2 to give me another command point, and Dan got defend objective 6 on his turn, on the end of my go. No one fleed because of morale, and I got behind enemy lines as well also, with my destroyers up the back. Also, I think I failed to mention, the destroyers shot into the wolf and actually killed them all. So we are going into Space Wolves turn 3. Okay, Space Wolves turn 3 movement. So these Grey Hunters just dropped out of combat, but stayed within objective 4. So they've got that secured, so they're going to get a victory point for that. Arjax moved up, ready to charge. The Thunderwolves stayed where they were. Bloodpaws moved up, the Razorbacks moved up. Bjorn's moved over to here to get in range of this blob. And as far as cards, they've got Witch Hunter, which they can't do. Secure Objective 4, which they can do. Domination, which they won't get. And then Advance, which they still won't get because they left the Whirlwind back there. So, we're going into Psych and Shooting for Space Wolves then. Okay, end of Space Wolves Psych and Shooting phase. Nigel done Jaws of the Wolf on my Overlord over here, and he took down 2 more wounds and then decided to re-roll and ended up taking it down a lot more and killed him. He then fired into my Warriors with a selection of stuff and took 4 out. Missed with a few bits. He fired the Whirlwind into the Tomb Blades and they saved. So we're now going into charge and attack phase. For turn 3. Okay, end of Space Wolves charge and assault. So Arjack charging at the Warlord. He took him out and then consolidated into the Warriors. Over here, the Thunderwolf attacked the Seatan God. Only took him down 1 wound. Done some good saves, and then the Seatan fired back, killed one of the Thunderwolf, and then the Scarabs attacked and didn't do any damage. There's no morale to take, so we are going into Necron's turn 3. So he got Stay the Warlord victory points, and also he got Secure Objective 4 on the victory points as well. So Space Wolves are up to 10 victory points. So going into Necron's turn 3. Okay, end of Necron turn 3 movement. So we've still got Defend Objective 4, Secure Objective 4, Defend Objective 5, and Overwhelming Firepower we just got. We moved the Monolith and the Immortals over, moved the Tomb Blades up to here so they can rain down some fire. We backed the Warriors out of combat. We moved the Scabs around, so we're starting to defend Objective 5. Left the Seatan in combat. We've moved these Destroyers up to try and get Objective 4 and defend it. So that's about where we are. We're going to go into shooting phase. Okay, end of Necron shooting. We shot some staff into Bjorn and Flower, and we took him down 2 wounds. We shot the Flower from the Doomsday Ark into these Grey Hunters and killed them. And we shot the Doomsday Cannon into the Razorback and took it down 9 wounds. Got 9 wounds, and it only had 8, so it didn't explode. We shot the Terminator, and we actually did wounded go through, and Dan command point rerolled, so it's still there. And then we shot a lot of stuff actually into these Bloodpaws, and we had one guy, Wolfguard, with a Storm Shield, and took a lot of it. But in the end, he did die, but they've still got 1 remaining. And we shot into Bjorn with the Monolith and the Immortals, and only took it down 1 wound. He done a lot of good saves on that. So we're going to go into charge and fight phase. Okay, so not a huge charge phase, didn't charge anything, but we had some close combat here, and the Nightbringer took out the last Thunderwolf, and then we rolled some morale on the Bloodclaw, and he passed. Well, he failed first, but they should know no fear, and then passed that. So we got secure objective 4, and then at the end of Space Wolves turn we'll hopefully get defend objective 4 and 5. So we're just gone up the 1 point. Did I take out a whole unit? Oh yeah, I took out in the shooting phase. Yeah, I took out the Grey Hunters, so I get this as well. I get 1 point for that. So I'm up to 7 points to Space Wolves 10. Going into Space Wolves turn 4. Okay, end of Space Wolves turn 4 movement. Move the turn right towards the Seatan, moved Arjac back towards the Seatan a little bit. Bloodclaw's moved up a bit, Nigel's gone into cover there. Bjorn's moved up, and he's moved up the Whirlwind to get him out of his deployment zone because he wants to get advance, and he's also got Scale the Skies, which he's got a good chance of getting. This turn, Domination, he hasn't. So we're going into Psych and Shooting phase for Space Wolves turn 4. Okay, end of Space Wolves turn 4. So Psych, they done Jaws of the Wolf on my warriors and killed 1. Bjorn fired up into my Tomb Blades and killed one of those off. The Whirlwind fired into the Scarabs and killed those off. Some stuff got fired into the Seatan, he saved. Then Arjac and a Terminator both charged the Seatan. He actually saved all Arjac's attacks, and the Terminator ended up killing him. And then the Seatan blew up. First off, he didn't, but I command pointed it, and he blew up on a 4, doing D3 mortal wounds. The Terminator died, and Arjac only lost 1 wound, so he's down to 1. And there was no morale to take, and Dan got Scour the Skies, and he got advance, so he got 2 extra victory points, and I got 2 victory points for defend objective 4. I didn't get the 2 victory points for objective 5 because Arjac is now contesting the objective with my Scarab, so we're going to go into Necrons turn 4. Okay, Necron turn 4. Movement phase, so I picked up Kingslayer, still got defend objective 5, and I got secure objective 2. So I moved the Monolith and the Immortals across, I moved all the Warriors up along with Luminous Desires, moved the Tomb Blades down to here, I moved the Destroyers up, just sort of trying to close this trap. I kept the Doomsday up where it is, and kept the Scab where it is. So we're going into shooting for Necron's turn 4. Okay, so end of Necron's turn 4. We fired into Arjac, killed Arjac. We killed the Bloodclaw over here. We fired a lot of stuff into Nigel. He done a lot of saves. Only took him down 1 wound. We fired the Doomsday Arc into Bjorn, and he did 2 Feel No Pains, it was 3 damage, so only 1 wound went through, so he's down to 6. We also took out the Whirlwind with the Monolith, so there's no morale to be taken. I got secure objective 2, so I've got 1 extra point, and I've still got defend objective 5, which I should get at the end of Space Wolves turn. And I've still got Kingslayer, so I've got to take Nigel out for that. So we're going into Space Wolves turn 5. Okay, end of Space Wolves turn 5. They Nigel smited the Tomb Blades, and he done the -1 to hit for anyone that's in 6 inches of himself, and he took 1 out of smite. Yeah, took 1 out of smite. Then Bjorn come in, fired, and then took the rest out. The reason they done this is because he had area denial, and it meant he got the 12 inches of the area denial, so he got D3 victory points, which he rolled a 4, so he got 2 victory points for that. So he's now on 14 victory points. I got an extra 2 for defend objective 5. So I'm now up to 12. So going into Necron turn 5, it's 14 victory points to Space Wolves, 12 to the Necrons. And the Space Wolves just have Nigel and Bjorn left. So let's see if I can take them out. Okay, end of Necron turn 5. So we moved everything up. Again, just closing in. We ended up taking out Nigel with the monolith, and it came right down to the last shot with the Doomsday Arc. He got 5 wounds through. Bjorn had 4 wounds left, and Dan only rolled one of the 5 up for no pains for Bjorn. So he did end up dying, so that actually leaves the Space Wolves tabled. It was really close on victory points. It actually came down to, I got secure objective 1 as my last card, along with I still had Kingslayer. So I did actually get an extra point for that, so it put me up to 1 victory point more. So it was 15 victory points to Necrons to 14 to Space Wolves. Really, really close game in terms of victory points. I think the Space Wolves, me and Dan were talking about the Space Wolves, the fact that in the index at the moment, they've got no special rules.
They show no fear.
Yeah, bar they don't show no fear, which all Space Marines have. But I mean, if you look at the index of Dark Angels, Blood Angels, all of the others, they've all got special army rules in the index, and Space Wolves have nothing. Other than like their psych abilities, which, you know, come with their psych. But other than that, it's literally nothing. And obviously with the Necrons, we've played the index rules with the Necrons, but we've still got reanimation protocols, living metal, things like that.
Definitely feel epic rolls from the Doomsday Arc won the game, or turned the tide of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I've played the Doomsday Arc, and we played it with the index rules, so D3 shots, and I got 3 shots every time, apart from the last one where I got 2.
You did 16 hits unsavable to the...
Yeah, 16 wounds on the Land Raider. I took out the Razorback with 9 wounds. I took out I took 8 wounds down on the Stormfang, and then something else took it out. But yeah, without a doubt, the Doomsday Arc was immense in this game. It's the first game that I've really thought, wow, that's really good, and it's only going to get better.
Definitely turned the tide.
It's only getting better with the Codex because it's D6 shots, and then you can put it with the reroll ones that hit.
And choosing the targets you did split the table and left Bjorn stuck in no man's land.
Yeah, and sort of you took us a couple of turns to really get Bjorn into anything. Veil of Darkness worked well. Moved the destroyers up to get that objective 4.
When they took out the Wolven, I forgot to roll the Feel No Pains.
Yeah, Dan did forget the Feel No Pains on the Wolfen. It would have been close, but maybe a couple of them would have survived if he had remembered to Feel No Pains. But yeah, it was a really good game. Yeah, I suppose next time we'll be playing Necrons with the Codex rules.
Against Magikari.
Yeah, against Dan Zukari, whose Codex is coming next week. So that should be a good battle, so you have to look out for that one.